Hey guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I got a story for you. Man, listen. We talk about on this channel how a lot of people are done dirty by the people that claim to love them. A lot of times by the parents. Today I'm going to talk about this piece of crap right here. I ain't going to cuss in the first 2 minutes of YouTube so they won't act a fool. This woman that you see right here is Brandy Patrice Pierce. I guess of Detroit, Michigan, where this crime happened. Shout out Motown. This woman's 41 years old. 41 years old. This woman is facing a litany of charges. Some of them are child abuse, felony murder, first-degree murder. Why? This woman killed her 9-year-old son, Zamir King III. May he rest in peace. Recently. And the body, she killed him, choked him out, and buried him behind a house that she was renting and soon moved out of and ran a punk ass to Cobb County, Georgia, where she was arrested on drug charges. Now they're fighting to get her extradited back to Michigan. This story right here is truly horrifying, especially that a mother would do this to her own damn kid. Now I want you to take a look at this, and then I'll show you at the end the police presser where they asked the questions. And they said a couple of things, but we're gonna look at this video. I'm gonna give you my commentary, and then we'll end it with the presser. Let's go.
Police and prosecutors say they've solved the mystery. You might remember it was just a few weeks ago when police found human remains at this home on Detroit's west side.
And now they believe that those remains are those of a 9-year-old boy and his mother. This woman right here, 41-year-old Brandy Pierce, is charged with his murder. Let's get out to Sean Lay. He's live in that neighborhood tonight. And Sean, Prosecutor Worthy is calling this case the most callous she's ever seen.
Truly. So we want to get to the details of this horrible case first and then listen closely to the reaction we are getting from people who know this mom.
I have stood at this podium many, many times and talked about how horrific, tragic, and shocking certain cases are. Each time thinking there are some future alleged facts that could be worse than what I'm talking about at the time. Knowing all the while, though, that there's always a worse set of facts on the horizon.
And those set of facts are sickening. Another child murdered, 9-year-old Zamir King, allegedly at the hands of his mother, 41-year-old Brandy Pierce. Sources telling me Pierce put her little boy into a chokehold, killed him, and buried his body back in October. It was on January 6th, a child's foot was seen sticking out of the ground on the side of this home on Woodingham. Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy with more.
It's alleged that she purchased a shovel. She bound him by tying his hands and feet together and dug a hole in the background of the house on Woodingham, where she had been living for a short time. She then put him in this hole and covered him with dirt.
Once Zamir's remains were identified, his mother was found being held in Cobb County, Georgia, on drug and theft charges.
This case is rather shocking. In my 27-year career, I don't remember seeing anything like this.
That shallow grave is still there. People who knew the mother walked up to see that grave with me.
That's awful. That really breaks my heart because I got a 9-year-old at home and I can't imagine a baby being in that hole.
I've got 8.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. In fact, we've backed off of that house in that area on the west side. The grave is still open there. It is just too disturbing to be near and look at. That's what people are telling us there tonight. More reaction from this at 6 o'clock, guys. But as far as Pierce goes, the mom, she's in Georgia. She'll be brought back here to face those murder charges and child abuse charges. She has a 3-year-old who is safe in foster care tonight. We're live downtown tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4.
So difficult to wrap our minds around those details. Sean, thanks.
I told you before, juggernaut real, juggernaut dangerous. There's your proof right there. You killed your own son. I'm gonna bring up 3 things before we even get into this shit. First thing is this, how you murder, how people are just murdering family members, their own damn babies, without no remorse. You choked this baby out, put him in a chokehold, killed him. Knew you was choking the life out of him, seeing the life leave from his body. What did he do at 9 years old that was so bad that you had to do that to him? Then after that, took him out back in a house you don't own, dug a grave, went and got a shovel, dug a grave, and threw him in it. I want you to think about the psychology of somebody that does some shit like that. That's not human, to do something so sick and inhumane. You bound your child, choked him out, whatever order it was, threw his body in the dirt, took the shovel and threw dirt on him and covered him up. Landlord come and find a foot sticking out the fucking ground. Are you fucking kidding me? Of a baby. Who wants to see that? While you ran your ass to Georgia, get busted out there for some other dumb shit you was doing. Yo, man, it's crazy, man. Listen, I love Detroit. Shout out Detroit. But I need help. What the hell is up with missing people and just, what? Damn. Babies go, what the fuck? What? What? Said around January 6th, the man came and found this. So they kept this quiet for a while till they arrested her in Georgia. They found her in Georgia. The lack of respect for your own damn child. Part of you killed because you don't like yourself. And that's the thing. People that do these mass shootings and people that do all this other stuff, dissatisfied with self. Nip it in the bud. Cut it off at the root. Take yourself out of here. That's easier to understand. Man, listen. The immediate detachment of human beings that know each other to where they can turn and kill somebody is astronomical to me, to where like I can't comprehend it. When you have a child, you see this child grow. So 9 years of your dedication and experience with this kid meant nothing when you did what you did consciously and threw him in a damn hole. Where's the love? Where's the respect? Ain't no fucking respect, because those that don't respect themselves, how can you expect them to respect anybody else? They caught her. Take her back to that same damn hole and blow her head off in it and then take her out of there. It's crazy how this shit is. And you know what the justice system will do? They'll have her, don't want to spend no money on court and trial, so they'll give her a deal with your fucking stupid ass a sign. They'll probably get rid of the drug case in Georgia for her to put pen to paper. We need to put blade to bone. That's what we need out here, because these motherfuckers don't give a damn. You that stupid that you thought you was gonna throw a baby in a hole and hit turn to bone and dust before anybody find out? Fucking foot just sticking out the ground. Man come around the corner, baby's foot sticking out the ground. This boy 9 years old, same age as my daughter. My daughter's frail. I wouldn't even think about laying a hand on her, let alone choking her out. All the good times you had with this baby, none of that crossed your mind when you was killing it? I want you to think about that. Devil jump on your back, you just do whatever. Then run off. That's the thing. They do this crazy shit and then they run away. Whoop, nobody ever find it. Look at that. Look at that. Little boy looks happy. And he should at that age. Shouldn't have no worries. But for some odd reason, a lot of adult problems get pushed on the children, either as punishment, physically or mentally, on the abuse side. When you look at the press conference, because I chopped it up because you know all that talking and thanking people, I got all of that out of there. They're going to ask a question, and I'm going to show it to you in a second. They're going to ask a question where somebody says, hey, a source said that when she was caught, she said, oh, we were playing a game, a choking game, and he died. If they had told me that and I was the detective and I had the authority, I'd have offed her right there in the fucking interrogation room. Are you fucking kidding me? You 41 years old, playing with a boy, choking. How does that help him in life? What does that have to do with his growth and development as a young man? Where the fuck was his dad at? Come to find out, the dad didn't even know the kid was dead. And that's the thing. I got to say something to you brothers out there. Listen. We all had situations where we can't get along with the girl and we trying to live our own lives. But if you still have a child out there, you check up on them. And that's the thing. If that boy made you so damn mad, Why didn't you give him to his damn dad? Why? Why not? They don't do that. They never do that. You ever think about that? They never do that. A child in your head is a buildup. I'm about to kill this motherfucker. Your own child. Instead of saying, I can't have this, I'll hurt him, let me get him out of here. Hey, go with his dad. Got a 3-year-old baby. Where was he at when this happened? I wonder if they could interview him, knowing this goofy juggernaut motherfucker, she probably did it in front of him. This is sickening. And it continues to grow. And I told you, you're going to see an increase in this because the laws need to change and keep up with the fucking sadistic sickness of violence out here with criminals. The old laws ain't working. We need a new form of punishment and a new form of justice because no matter what, ain't nothing going to bring Zamar King III back. Nothing will bring him back. Nothing will bring justice to him. Having her locked up where she can breathe another fucking second. It's not fair. It's not fair. And it ain't fucking justice. This woman knew it was a risk she could get incarcerated when she was choking the life out of him, and she still did it. She rolled the dice and didn't care if it came up craps or not on her freedom. Why? On her freedom. Why? Because she wasn't living life right any fucking way. A lot of these people out here just running head on into things and hoping they just survive, or don't even think about their own survival or those that are around them that depend on them for their survival. So get them the fuck out of here. This shit is stupid, y'all. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic, I'm spitting shit, Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll put some glue on my damn teeth. Listen, check out the presser, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Thank you all for coming this morning. I have stood at this podium many, many times and talked about how horrific, tragic, and shocking certain cases are. Each time thinking there are some future alleged facts that could be worse than what I'm talking about at the time. Knowing all the while, though, that there's always a worse set of facts on the horizon. Well, that day has come again. So I want to talk about a case of a young boy named Zamar King III. The alleged facts in this case are that we are announcing today. On January 6th of 2025, the Detroit Police Department was notified and summoned to a house on Whittingham in Detroit. They had been contacted by the landlord that owned that house when he went to that house. The landlord contacted him when he went to that house to prepare it for a new tenant. That he called the police because he found a shallow grave in the backyard of the home on Whittingham. Upon arrival, the police were shown that grave where a human foot was sticking out of the ground. The foot was believed to be belonged to a small child. After an extensive investigation by quite a few agencies, and the chief will talk about that in a minute, the buried body was discovered to be 9-year-old Zamar King III. That the mother of young Zamar was 41-year-old Brandy Pierce. It's alleged that she killed him, and that the cause of death found by the medical examiner was smothering and neck compression. So I want to just further go ahead and tell you what other facts about this case. It's alleged that she purchased a shovel. She bound him by tying his hands and feet together and dug a hole in the background of the house on Whittingham where she had been living for a short time. She then put him in this hole and covered him with dirt. That after killing her son, she and her other son, who was 3 years old, moved to Georgia, Cobb County to be exact. It was determined that this in fact happened sometime in October of 2024. That Zamar's mother, Brandy Pierce, is currently in Cobb County, Georgia, and we will be requesting her to be extradited back to Michigan. We are charging Brandy Catrice Pierce today with 1 count of murder in the first degree premeditation, which carries a life without parole sentence, mandatory. Count 2 is homicide felony murder. Again, the mandatory penalty is life in prison without the possibility of parole. Our 3rd count is child abuse in the first degree, life or any term of years in prison. The first degree child abuse is the felony to make out the felony murder we are alleging. Count 4 is tampering with evidence, criminal case punishable by more than 10 years in prison. And the 5th one is interfering with, concealing and interfering with the death of an individual, 5 years, of course, that being 9-year-old Zamar King. As always, this defendant is presumed innocent unless or until proven guilty. I should tell you that Judge Aaliyah Sabri of the 36th District Court authorized these charges yesterday, And since we will be requesting extradition, we will notify you all when in fact she is back in the state of Michigan. We'll take some short questions at this point, if you have any.
Not that you guys needed it to get a charging decision, but any indication as to a why, a possible motive in this case?
You know, I don't talk about motives at the time. Any further evidence and charging decision will come out when we go to court. So, again, we can't comment on that at this time.
Has there been any communication with Samar's mother at all from you guys?
We did speak with his father yesterday, actually this morning, actually. So yes, we have had contact with the family, and the Detroit Police Department has had contact with the family as well.
So forgive me, I must be confused because I are not listening close enough, so I apologize, but the relationship of the suspect to the child?
Mother.
Okay.
Yes. 41-year-old Brandy Pierce was his mother.
Okay.
And did Samar's father live in Michigan?
He lives in this area, yes.
And was he aware of his child's death?
Again, we talked to him. I don't think he was aware until recently, but again, we did speak with him this morning.
Thank you.
And we'll be speaking with him, of course, further as time goes on.
And those are just, oh, go ahead.
No, please, you got it.
Those are her two kids, Zamar and the 3-year-old?
Yes.
Okay.
Madam Prosecutor, where's the 3-year-old right now? What's his status? What's his condition?
Again, he's with his mother in Georgia right now. And he was, and now he's in foster care here, I believe.
Can you
foster
provide,
care locally?
In Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
are you able to provide any further information on the timeline of, you mentioned October, and then what?
That'll come out in court.
But in regard to how she ends up in Georgia with the other child, or with
All I can
family,
tell
or-
you, all I can tell you at this point in time is she left shortly after she buried the body in the backyard and went to the state of Georgia.
So the landlord call to DPD was on January 6th, correct?
The landlord call was on January 6th. The police were notified. They immediately went out to the house on Whittingham. They were shown that grave by the owner of that particular property. They saw the foot sticking out of the ground, and it went from there. The chief notified me immediately upon that discovery.
She had rented that home?
I assume she rented it. I don't know.
Madam Prosecutor, just got this from a co-worker, some indication that
Who's talking? I can't see you.
Randy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Can you speak to this at all? I'll just read this verbatim. The source indicated yesterday that the mother claims they were horsing around and playing some sort of choking game.
I'm not going to comment on the evidence in the case.
Also, was this case file sent over to you guys more than once at all? And if so, what elements were needed to get to a charging decision?
Oh, we're not going to talk about that. Yeah. The police contact us when they have information. We talk often back and forth. And then once we get a completed investigation, we make a charging decision. Anybody else?
Do you know how long the mom had been living at that rental house?
For a short period of time. It's a very short period of time. Thank you, everybody.